Okay, Dwane, a lot of things said there on that clip, but overall, what do you make of this shooting and what's going on with that?
Well, it's really horrible, and
Yes.
that my son's in the military. He's in the army, and and it's just as he gets back from Afghanistan, and now I got to worry about him here. I don't know how you can't call this Islamic terrorism. I mean, you just can't, and it's not being racist or anything else. I mean,
right.
They chose to shoot military people. I mean, it's just horrible. And this guy, I don't know where he's coming off on that they were the FBI trained and all that. I guess that's always one take on it, and I'm sure he was being sarcastic when he was saying that. But it's number one, we got to call it what it is, and we've got to have some local education about it. And for God's sakes, let the highest person in command, carry a weapon. Okay, I mean, these guys are Marines. I mean, there's nobody better trained with weapons than the people that were involved in this that weren't allowed to carry a weapon. I mean, to me, that's ludicrous. I mean, I grew up in Wyoming where, it's almost required that you have a weapon. I mean, everybody I know has a 12-gauge shotgun leaning up against the wall next to their bed. And I will guarantee you there are very few, late-night burglaries in Wyoming. I mean, you just don't go breaking into people's houses because it's dangerous.
I saw something on the show. They were, talking about certain ages where the child should be allowed to have a gun. What's your opinion on an age where a child is allowed to have a gun?
Well, they should always have supervision and training. And I'm kind of weird. I mean, I grew up in a small town of 1,500 people in Wyoming, and I had my own gun when I was 8 or 9 years old. I used to get up on Saturday morning and go hiking in the woods and go hunting and start a fire and shoot when I was 8 or 9 years old by myself. Now, I mean, I don't advocate that. I think that's the great thing for everybody to do. It's the way I was raised. But I was trained with a firearm very early, how to use it, and I used it for hunting, which I learned when I was very young that guns kill things. Okay, I mean, kids today watch movies and all this stuff, and it looks really cool shooting the gun around and stuff, but they don't have the real sense that guns kill things. Okay, and I was taught my whole life that you don't point a gun at anything that you don't intend to kill. Period. And so that where I grew up, everybody's got guns. There's very few gun accidents. There's relatively low crime, and that's just the way it is.
How old was your son when you started teaching him?
He's been shooting since he was 10 or 11 years old. But again, with supervision, with training, that's just you gotta do it right. You absolutely have to teach respect for guns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean that's the problem when a kid gets a hold of a gun, a 12 or 13-year-old whose brain has this part in it that says maybe I shouldn't do that, doesn't work. Okay, when they get a gun and they have no respect for what it can do, and they have no training in what it does, how to handle it, or anything else, that's where people start getting shot. Okay, and so training helps a great deal, and I grew up with guns. I have guns. I carry a gun most of the time, and it's just the way it works.